Best in the business.
Ego. The ego.
That's ego.
Ego hit y'all with another one.
Cancel that. I'll buy another one. Gervonta Tank Davis does the unthinkable, the unspeakable when it comes to social media in Gen Z. We all carry phones. Everybody has their phone in their pocket. People got tablets. And Tank Davis, standing on business, deletes, or should I say deactivates it all. In this video, I will break down what happened, give my insight as to why I think this happened, and we should have ourselves a little fun little video. Now your boy is back. Your boy Ego. You like it, you like it. If you don't care. Subscribe. Gervonta Tank Davis has officially deactivated his social media. Now this is an abrupt change where if you go to his Twitter, if you go to his Instagram, as of me recording the video, so don't wait. This is what happens. I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. I fact check. I know what I'm talking about. What happens is the video will be old. Somebody will check it a week later and be like, oh, Ego, what you mean? I found his Instagram. Like I just said, listening is pivotal when it comes to Boxing Ego's channel. As of me recording this video, his social media accounts are deactivated. Now, I don't think it's a permanent deactivation. I don't think he has deleted it, because usually if you delete your account, it'll show no trace of it. But if you were able to click the hyperlink, the handle to like an old tweet with the person, it'll be like something went wrong and that kind of thing. That usually indicates that it's been deactivated rather than deleted. Now, I am not a spokesperson for Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't personally know why he did it, but I will give you and offer up my insight of what I think. So this is my opinion. And I like to be very clear, because there's a lot of low quality content available in boxing. And a lot of people trying to clickbait you, you clicked, and then it has nothing to do with what the title's about, et cetera, et cetera. In my opinion, what I think happened is I believe that Gervonta Davis he's locked in, and he has been rumored to be fighting a rematch. He doesn't have many rematches under his belt. Pitbull Cruz, no rematch. Ryan Garcia, no need for a rematch. Frank Martin, Rolly, none of these fights really required a rematch. At best, the Pitbull Cruz one, maybe people would have entertained, but then Pitbull ended up losing to El Rayo, things like that. And now he's fighting Fierro on the Manny Pacquiao. I believe he's going to bug me. Right? That's what happened. So Lamont Roach is a pivotal next step in his career, because there's just too many little fake controversies. And since it's surrounding Gervonta Davis's name, it gets amplified and blown up and exaggerated. Point blank, period. Tank has a lot of support, a lot of fans, but with that, and with that territory comes a lot of haters, right? So people are like, oh, he took a knee. Some people are saying he should have lost. Bro, if you really watch the Lamont Roach fight, it really wasn't what people said. In fact, I want you guys to, don't take my word for it. Hear me out. Listen to the message I convey, and then do your own research. If you really go back to that fight and watch it without listening to the commentators, put your thinking cap on, be objective. Up until the whole freakish hair grease in his eye, I took a knee, it looked like a standard Gervonta Davis fight. And I strongly believe if that whole hair grease / knee fiasco never were to have occurred, then this would just been a regular win for Gervonta Davis. But again, back to what I just said, Tank, the haters, they come out strong. They make up lies about him. A lot of them are Devin Haney fans or Shakur Stevenson fans. And then you look at it, Shakur's has some performances that were like the Edwin De Los Santos that were underwhelming. Devin Haney got thrashed by Ryan Garcia. So when you look at it, it was almost like payback. Payback, I knew you from way back, witnessed me strapped with Max, knew I wouldn't play that. Right? So the haters of Tank that usually like a Keyshawn, a Shakur, a Devin Haney or whatever, they looked at this as like, aha, this is the golden moment where we get some retribution and now we can bag on Tank. And then they overdid it because Tank is big business. Everybody's watching his fight. And then everybody chimed in. You got people who have had bad blood with Tank, like Terrence Crawford, jumping in the mix, talking about, oh, I thought Lamar Roach won. And then it just becomes this whole thing. But again, don't just take my word for it. Listen to what I'm saying. Go back and watch that fight. Up until that whole knee situation, it was a regular Tank fight. And Lamar Roach wasn't having as much success. But Tank, I really believe this. And this is something he can work on in the rematch. When that happened, his own team told him, don't do that. It looked bad. The optics look bad. It looks like you're submitting. It looks like, it was just weird. Why'd you take a knee randomly? And then people are like, oh, it's a knockdown, right? So his own team told him that. So I truly believe that knockdown kind of got in his head. And then it gave Lamar Roach a bit of confidence because he thought he did something. And then it just kind of changed the tempo of the fight a little bit. So you had a guy who was expected to get knocked out and a guy who wasn't expected to do much of anything. And he was taking Tank shots. He never went down. He was firing some good counters. And it was a good, fun fight. It was just a good fight. But because of that knee and the hair grease thing, I think people took it out of context and it made it something that it really wasn't. It really wasn't. If you watch that fair and square, and then you got to understand, even with the hair grease, the referee did not call it a knockdown or he rescinded it. So you got to live with that. It's like P. Diddy, the Diddy trial. Take that bad boy, right? It don't matter what you think. He was judged by a jury and his peers, and he beat the harder charges in the RICO case. So it is what it is. The Tank fight, the ref did not rule it. They didn't do no instant replay, so you have to score accordingly. So the bottom line is Lamar Roach didn't do enough for a victory, and he has a chance to do something in a rematch. So I think Tank is locked in. I think Tank is focusing, and he really feels maybe his back is against the wall and he has something to prove now because he hasn't really had that. He's been knocking people out and doing backflips. So now people maybe came out the woodworks and doubted him, and he's seeing that, and I think he's just locking in. So let me know what you guys think. If you're serious about growing your YouTube channel and doing it, going live like a pro, check out the links below. I use StreamYard for streaming, and I also use TubeBuddy to plan and vidIQ to track. So I know where my channel's at all times. Let me know what you guys think. Tank Davis deactivates everything.